from a galaxy far, far away.
And a bookshelf straight out of the 90s.
From Thrawn to Dantooine
And everything in between. This is Legends Look Back.
So last week we talked about Corran Horn and his dashing escape from the Lusankia prison.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, by the way, that happened. So a little story about I thought I might have been going to prison this week and wasn't sure what had happened. So let's back up and kind of explain some things.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not a lawbreaker, but what had happened was my wife and I, we went out to eat after church with some church people. That's another conversation because, like, all the churches take over Whataburger. Somebody walked in and was like, oh, it must be Spirit Night. And I'm like, actually, all the youth groups got out, but that's fine. Anyway, so we're leaving, we're going home, and my wife and I, two different cars. I'm driving a little black Nissan. My wife's driving the minivan because, you know, we're definitely a minivan family, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I see her, like, pull over all of a sudden. I'm like, what just happened? And I call her, like, you okay? Whatever. She said, yeah, our daughter was screaming bloody murder, and turns out she spilled her drink and didn't know how to fix it. She's 3. We'll give her a break. Anyway, we get home. And we let the dogs out, because remember, we got a puppy, and it was getting kind of late, and we know that we needed to wear our dogs out really, really well, so we had our neighbors' dogs out there, live in a duplex, so 2 houses, both people have dogs, and big fenced-in backyard that can be connected. Anyway, we're out there
It's a
playing.
recipe for success, for sure.
That's right. Having a big old good party in the backyard, and all of a sudden we hear a ton of sirens. Like, sounds like the entire, like, county emergency response is going to go put out a fire or something. And I'm like, oh man, that's no good. There's a fire truck that goes around the block. And I'm like, cool. And then a few minutes later, there's somebody, like, we have like a tall, like 6 foot or so, 7 foot even maybe, like, privacy fence. And I see somebody, like, trying to get my attention from the front yard, like waving his arms over the fence, like, hey, come here. And I'm like, what is going on? There's somebody in my yard, and there's lights. And now that I look through the fence, I see that those lights are flashing. There are flashing lights in my front yard. What is happening? And so I'm
Somebody
like,
done called the popo.
Okay, I'll be right up there. I'll go. Yeah. And so I go to the front door, and the front door is cracked, and so I'm freaked out. Like, is there somebody in my house? What happened? And I opened the door, and there's 2 police officers there. They were very great, professional, all that. And they actually apologized. I said, hey, we knocked and the door opened. I'm sorry. I didn't do anything. And it's like, oh, no, it's cool. And they're like, so, yeah, we got a notification that there was an accident involving this town and country, and we were sent to check it out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, accident? Like, no. So I guess what happened
wild.
Is we have, like, a smart device that plugs into our phones, like, you know, computer on our phone.
Not to be confused with a dumb device.
Yeah, exactly. And it, like runs all the diagnostics. It keeps track of, like, our speed, our GPS, and, like, has, like, a Wi-Fi hotspot and all that. And apparently it registered an accident at some point. And then my wife kept driving home. And so they had no clue what was going on. I guess maybe they tried to call the car phone or whatever that's part of this, and no one answered. And so they, like, sent, like, the National Guard to make sure that somebody wasn't, like, hanging on for dear life. And I'm coming out in, like, my pajamas, like, we're good here. Everything's fine. How are you? You know, and trying to, like...
What in the world?
So our minivan called the cops on us and said that we were in an accident. And I was like, my wife might have stopped quickly, but I don't know what happened. It's fine. Everything's fine. And I was so embarrassed and like, oh gosh. Yeah. So
When you're a youth minister, everything's an accident.
Yeah. And the cops are not that uncommon, but this is my turn to be the one who was kind of doing something sketch. So yeah,
Wow.
Good times.
Wow, you got to put a restraining bolt on that thing.
I'm gonna have to tell it. Make sure it knows who the master is. Do we say that? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep going with that metaphor, Rick.
Check its programming. I'll check its programming.
That's better.
There we go.
That's better. Well, you know what? You're not going to get a restraining bolt on this episode of Legends Look Back. It's going to be off the hook, and I'm so excited to get into it. Episode's been a long time coming, requested by somebody a long time ago in the Discord, maybe Patreon. I don't know who it was or when it was, but we're finally getting to it. That is, we are finally going to have our very own Sith Lords draft here on Legends Look Back. This time, it's legendary. So, without further ado, Rick, let's start the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legends Look Back, proudly part of the YOUTINI Podcast Network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for people who are fiercely opinionated about which is better between the Care Bears and the Gummy Bears. Where we celebrate our rich EU history as well as dive into lesser-known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Jared Mays, and I'm joined, once again, back in the saddle with the crew this week. Way to go, carrying on the show without me last week. Freddy C., how are you, man?
I'm doing all right, and I have an ode to the Gummy Bears. It goes like this. I'm never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around and desert you. That's my ode to the 100% the best Gummy Bears over Care Bears.
Nice.
Well, Freddy just rickrolled us. I kind of might have expected Rick to rickroll us.
Yeah.
How are you, Rick Grace?
Oh, I am doing good. Hey, you know what that reminds me of? I was just thinking how great it would be if there was a montage of the trench run in A New Hope to Not Thrown Away My Shot from the Hamilton soundtrack.
Yes.
So, wouldn't that be great? That would be great. I wish someone would make that for us.
Are you referencing how after last week's episode, Oz made the Les Mis mashup?
And he challenged me to working in the show, and so I just unabashedly
came right out of the gate there.
Just bulldozed through that one. So
Trying to host the show, I typically take whatever your responses are, and I field the curveballs, and then I toss them back around, and sling the ball back over to somebody else on the team. And both of you so far have thrown me the weirdest curveball in the history of starting the show. You know who's going to throw me a totally normal ball? Emily Daybeck. That was weird. How are you, Emily?
Well, in the process of getting ready, warming up for tonight, for the draft, I was rolling out my back and somehow made it worse. So, welcome to 30. I'm here for it. I mean, glad it's a virtual athletic event.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We keep talking.
No, you did throw a weird one. No, for sure. That one was also...
We keep talking about the draft. I'm just ready for the second edition or the final copy because I can't handle this draft business.
Yeah,
anymore.
before the show started, Rick messaged me. He's like, "Man, what you got to tell me? What's the final episode of this? Final name of this episode?" You've had this in the calendar. You've had this in the calendar for 3 months as the Sith Lords draft. So what are we going to call the show?
The Sith Lords. Kept waiting for the other word, but nothing came. Just draft.
That's the draft. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's something they do a lot over on the Living Force. So they do a lot of the drafts. They just had one. This past week? The Scoundrels and Rogues and Spies and Tigers and Bears and Lions. What's the what do they call those? The Scoundrels draft, right? The Rogues. And so Sith Lord is something they've done a while back. And as soon as they finished it, somebody said, I would love to have a Sith Lords draft, Legends edition, because there are a ton of Legends Sith Lords. I mean, I think canonically in canon, what are there 6 total?
That would make sense, probably.
You got your big 4, Maul and Palpatine and Dooku and Vader.
Callbacks, Bane is referenced, but they don't really give any information.
Okay,
about him.
But Bane is a canonical Sith Lord, so that's 5.
Yeah. Darth Plagueis, does he count? He's referenced.
Plagueis is
6. Okay,
right.
6. And then there's the one that's referenced in the High Republic, Crawl, but he's only in one episode, one comic so far. And anyway, so there's 7. There's got a couple of other Easter eggs, Revan's been referenced, but only, I think, in a cookbook or something stupid like that, right? So I would call him, what would you call that, Freddy?
Revan's
adjacently
Rice
canon?
Krispies.
Kind of canon?
Cookie
That
crumbs.
is I don't even know. What is cookbook canon on? Is that
That's not G level, that's for
That's
sure.
not G level. Definitely not G level.
We need a big stamp, like a gavel that says that's not G level whenever somebody says something ridiculous on Legends Look Back. Well, this entire episode is going to be ridiculous and freeform, and I can't wait for it. And I want to give a special thank you to our patrons who make this possible, those who have helped support the show and continue to do so. And, man, we've been wheeling and dealing behind the scenes because something huge hit the world of YOUTINI Patreon, I want to encourage everybody to go check this out. Totally worth it. That is, have you guys checked this out yet? The Living Force crew got together, it was like in the fall, before we ever did the celebration thing. The first time the Living Force hosts all went and met, they chronicled it. And they made a documentary. And Nathan, our buddy, video editor, stitched the thing together.
Yeah.
And it finally was released to the World Wide Web this week. And it is the Asheville documentary, what is it called? Friends of the Force and Friendship, Final Fantasy Flying
Friendship
Pikachu.
in the Force.
G-level. Nailed it.
G-level.
So, a very huge thank you to our patrons. Special thank you this week to Ashley Ingalls, our new Alliance High Command member. Way to go. You get a G-level thumbs up. Congratulations. And also to Admiral Akbar 1983 for re-upping that annual subscription. Those annual subscriptions really go a long way for us to be able to say, like, all right, this person's along for the ride. They've signed the dotted line. And we can make some content and make it happen. So anyway, go on over there to the Patreon and check out that documentary. I got to say, it brought me to tears.
Yeah.
I immediately messaged the Legends Look Back team and said, we got to get together, do like a retreat. I want Rick to teach me how to play Armada.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Is that the one you like, Rick? Armada?
Oh, yeah.
Could you not tell by the grunt? That was the...
Ooh, yeah.
that
All right,
was
there's another one that's similar. What is it called? X-Wing?
X-Wing, yeah.
What's the difference?
How
Do we have time for that? Yeah.
Well, obviously, X-Wing follows on. Starfighter combat. It's more like it's the zoom in. What's that? Micro or macro? Macro. It's the macro level. Nope. Micro. That's the one.
Basically,
Whereas,
you're on the ship level, right?
the ship level, the squadron level,
starship,
fighter
the squadron
level.
level.
Yes.
Rick's husband's name is Micro.
What?
I mean, Mike.
What?
No, I said Rick's husband. Emily's husband. Whoa, this just got weird. Emily's husband. I tried to make a joke.
I got
the
so
Mike
confused.
and the Mac, and
That was...
I'm out of practice. I missed the show.
Yeah.
I said
That's
Rick's
the reason.
husband. Rick's face for our audio listeners just turned as orange as his shirt.
Yeah. Well, I was really confused. Like, did you know about that? But I'm just joking. Sorry, no. Anyway, Armada is fleet level combat. You know,
That's
you're the
legit.
admiral of all the capital ships and all the
Capital ships.
squadrons. Yeah,
And
plural.
they're beautiful ships. Oh,
They are beautiful.
the,
Yes,
the detail. Yeah.
Just collecting the ships alone is worth it. I'll just show them off
Yeah.
sometime. But
So,
then
I would
X-Wing
100%
is
play Armada.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yes.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
bring
A
all
lot
the
of
Rick
video
is like
equipment.
vibrating right now. He's like
I love that
shaking
His camera
from
is
excitement.
shaking around. That's right.
Hold on, let
So,
me thumbnail that. Ah!
Yeah. If you want to shake around like Rick, go on over to patreon.com/Youtini. I don't know for sure if that's the right URL, but if you just type in these words into the Google, like I did today,
The Google.
Youtini Patreon, you'll get it.
You
and
could
you
use
click the button.
The cha-cha.
You throw, or into Cha-Cha. You throw those things in the Cha-Cha.
Cha-cha
And,
died in 2016, by the way. Look that up.
Well, F's in the chat for Cha-Cha.
Yeah.
And you can,
242,
of course,
242.
get access to that Living Force, Asheville, Friendship, and the Force documentary. It is absolutely fantastic. And
Yeah.
I might just have to rewatch it again tonight.
It's
but
good
I loved
stuff.
it.
Definitely good stuff.
And if you
great.
want the jokes
I actually
about
FaceTimed Corey.
What's that?
I FaceTimed Corey, and he's like, hold on. And then Eric got in the frame, and then Wes got in the frame. I was like, wait, are you with everything?
But me, like, what is happening?
why is Jared not there? Why
FaceTimed Corey? I don't think I could handle that.
Yeah, it was an interesting little thing.
This is intense. For me, it's like if you've got to do something as desperate as FaceTime Corey, it means like the show is about to self-destruct, and there's like so many levels of people you message for help before you message Corey, the CEO. You know what I'm saying?
Well, most
But
of the time he just
I gotta-
ends up fixing everything anyway. So I
does,
feel like
yeah.
just going straight to the source is usually my go-to.
He came on one episode and he totally taught me how to redo our entire workflow, and I instantly forgot it. So right back to the way we used to do things. But you can hop on over there and get you a sneak peek at that documentary. Guys,
man.
let's get into the show.
Let's
I
do
want
it.
to spin that wheel I want to ignite those red sabers, and I want to somebody choke me a little bit. I want to see a little bit of the Sith lightning. All right, let's get into the Sith Lords stuff, right?
The darker the
Mind
better.
control,
Dark side.
alchemy.
Yes.
What do we got, Rick? Here's the way. Let's talk about the way this works first. All right, we've never done this before.
So this is based off of fantasy sports.
Explain it, Emily. Yes, please.
Yeah, so it's pretty common, but fantasy football is the most common one, where you draft a fantasy team that you are the manager of. So you want to pick what you deem to be the best players, and then throughout the season they get points, and then you win at the end. Whoever makes the best team wins. Obviously, we can't really play out our teams, but I feel like you could probably let us know whose team you think would win. I'm very interested to know how much you think my team is going to win. By what margin? Because I'm pretty much going to crush this. I'm super pumped.
We'll see about that.
All right, Emily, time out.
Everybody's going to know. They'll know.
Real quick, what's your opinion, everybody, on fantasy sports? Here's mine. I don't want fantasy in my sports. I want sports in my sports.
Yep.
And
I go to Star Wars for my fantasy.
That's right. I've got enough fantasy. When I want to watch
Jared,
sports,
you're hilarious. You're like, you don't believe in personalities and like...
I don't believe in personality profiles. It's all pseudoscience.
Humans.
That's right. I don't believe... No, it's all pseudoscience.
Fantasy football is legit. It's a way for you to be like interactive with something that normally you just watch. Like you can
Here's
be
another way to be
participant.
interactive. You go, woo, touchdown!
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I just interacted.
I'm a hockey fan, so I don't yell touchdown. I do yell at the refs, but that's different. Everyone does that.
Interactive.
Yeah. I will say that I only do fantasy hockey. I don't like fantasy football because I don't understand. Like I understand football.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I don't follow football teams that
Is
well.
there really
that
a
much.
fantasy hockey?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I thought it was as easy as the football. It's easy, y'all. The football one is very easy. They tell you the points, and you just click draft on the highest number of points. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Fantasy hockey was like learning Mandarin. I had no idea what was going on.
It's great. It's great.
I was like, sure, we'll do this.
But
Don't
playing
do it.
fantasy hockey helped me really to appreciate other players and other teams, and it helped me understand
Yeah, there you
the
go.
dynamics of good players.
I followed
stuff like
along with the YOUTINI fantasy this year. I've never paid any attention. I'm not playing. I'm their classic old school sports fan. I cheer on my one team, and when that's over, I don't pay any more attention to sports the rest of the week until the next game. And then I just find out, hey, if somebody's injured or there's a big controversy, they're going to tell you. You go find out. But I followed along. It's really fun to see, who's whooping up on who, and you got your fun little rivalries, and it is kind of interesting
And the
to watch other
creative
people.
names.
Yeah, for sure. There's a
love
lot to it. Real quick, Freddy, what's your opinion? You a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Well, should make
the
well
fantasy?
read. That was Mandarin.
Hey, wait. We'll talk later because I took a Mandarin class in high school.
Freddy's too busy learning actual languages
I know.
to do fantasy sports.
I don't even know the first thing about drafts. So
We're gonna do it right here. I have
In terms
Wait,
of sports-
I'm sorry. Am I the only one that does fantasy football?
that.
yeah, probably.
We are three nerdy Star Wars guys.
Wow.
See, like I just follow a different
right.
martial art, like more UFC thing. I can kind of see a draft there, I guess, but it's all like single player in a sense. So
I was waiting for someone to be like,
This was a twist.
I thought drafts
This
were
is
like
which not
version,
expected.
and like Freddy or someone would be like, I thought drafts were like craft beer or something.
I had a bunch of drafts last week.
I mean, you probably know more about that.
Yeah, so-
Freddy is he is the draft king.
Draft king.
Okay. Well, congratulations to Emily and her. She is the queen of.
I'm in 2 leagues, and I placed second in
fantasy.
my league last year.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I got some
Congratulations on
money. It was
losing.
nice.
So does that mean we have to give up our man cards now? How does this work?
I'll collect them after the episode.
Okay.
That's a
We'll redistribute
outdated-
them to the best Sith Lord team.
What is that? That's archaic gender stereotype we're doing tonight.
I know. This is a legend.
Well, it's
show.
funny
What do
because
you
I don't
mean
actually like
archaic
football
gender
that much.
Stereotypes.
That's right. There's no such thing in Legends. Okay, so having never done fantasy sports, I invented some of my own rules tonight.
Oh dear.
I am, however, going to tell them to you now, instead of tell you at the end.
All right, time out.
However, don't let me forget, we do have a twist ending. There's a twist ending. Okay.
Twist.
What? Go ahead, Rick.
I'm a youth minister. You guys know that. And all of my guys, not a lot, but a lot are playing in a fantasy league together. And I had a whole bunch of drama because one of the guy who runs the league changed a bunch of rules. And so they were all angry at church at each other because someone changed the rules to their fantasy football league. And I was like, do you hear yourself right now, guys? Do you hear yourself? Like, it's going to be okay. But anyway.
It gets personal because you're like, this is my team.
That being
So I'm
said,
not changing
you
the rules.
better not change the rules on us, Jared.
I'm not changing the rules,
All
but
right.
they don't make a ton of sense. So here we go.
Oh, dear.
First of all, we're going to spin the wheel and determine who goes in what order.
We got the wheel.
Then we're going to, here's the house rules. You have to choose at least one character from each category. Here are our categories. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Film characters, comics characters, and books characters. And I don't know why I said "and" because there's another. I didn't see it. I had to scroll. And I'm using my normal hand. What do you call the hand? Your dominant hand. Both hands are normal. I'm using my dominant hand to count. My other one is scrolling,
hand.
which is not the way I do it.
His other
They don't.
hand.
They don't look to be the same size. Can we have a size
No,
comparison?
I mean, look.
Oh
the
my
size
goodness,
difference.
that hand is so.
Video
Oh, we're
games.
so
That's
off
the
track.
fourth.
Yeah, all right.
The fourth category.
So
is
it's video games, books, comics, and phone characters.
Correct.
Cool.
Don't think about it too hard. Some of the categories overlap.
They do.
So because of that, with film characters, we got the four Sith Lords. You can only choose. Everybody has to choose one from that category, and you can only choose one. All right.
It's like your quarterback.
Sure.
Oh my
So
gosh,
what's
this
the
is
absolutely.
gonna
what's
be
the point
interesting.
of this team? What are they trying to accomplish? Like a
That's the next rule, Freddie.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, no.
We get to create our own rules on what our teams are accomplishing.
I mean, I
Sith
feel like
infiltration
obviously
team.
galactic domination. Like, is that not the goal always?
That's
Always.
a perfectly valid goal, but it's not the only goal.
Hashtag conquer the chaos. That's my goal.
Ooh.
Okay. Emily
Conquer the
is
chaos.
straight spitting facts tonight.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a sillier theme for my team.
It's
like
Sith, man.
like
If you want
potentially
silly,
a team
let's do like
The slimy
Jedi
team.
Academy draft.
only of that would be great. We should do that.
We should.
All right, all right, so here's what I was thinking, like a team of only mask wearers. Like hashtag stay safe or whatever we used to do 2 years ago and now we don't care, right? So
Do your part.
hashtag mask up. That's my team, right? So that could be like I'm only choosing mask wearers. So then you could potentially steal a mask wearer like Malgus or Malik. You know,
What?
what?
What? We can steal?
No, what I'm saying is like
Oh.
you could know that I would want one.
Okay.
That would be strategy.
Okay.
Don't you play strategy games, Rick? Come on.
I do.
All right.
That's not how the
Then,
draft
you know,
works.
Or like go for
You
the
could-
Sith Lords that are like masters of subterfuge and like deception
That would
versus
be a
like
perfect.
power. You know?
Yeah. So I want
Or
everybody
Sith
to like
Lords missing
declare.
limbs.
I want everybody to declare like this is my theme, right?
Yeah.
You're not just willy nilly choosing Sith Lords. Like commit to the bit, right? So you could go for team chemistry, or lightsaber duelists, or
Yes.
highest midichlorian count,
All right.
or yeah. So all of those are best at making like 4th of July fireworks, you know, with their lightning storms.
Yes.
So anyway, you gotta choose a theme of some sort and a team name that goes with it. Are we ready? Let's spin that wheel, Rick.
Sure. All right.
Who we
let's
got?
spin it. First up, our number 1 first round pick goes to.
I love that you put a football field in the background. That's hilarious.
All right.
Yes.
Number 1 overall pick. And we're doing a snake draft, right? So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what we're going to go ahead and do is determine the order before.
So
Oh,
Jared
that was
goes
sad to watch me
first.
just get sandwiched out like
You
that.
got-
That animation was brutal.
You're
But
gone.
you get first
You're
pick
gone.
though. So
Yeah.
I
there's
never
your
once-
consolation.
I never once for a second anticipated that I would have first pick, and now I'm like sweating this.
All right. Second pick goes to.
what?
Oh, that is right on the line for our audio
Boo
listeners.
hiss.
It is literally right on the line.
And they
Well,
gave
you know
it
what?
to me.
Hilarious.
Poor
Yeah.
Frick.
What gentleman?
Emily has picked 2.
All right.
Oh,
now
man.
watch. Consolation is to watch Emily's name disappear.
Yeah, sandwiched out. Here
All
we've
right,
got
50-50, Freddy. How you feeling?
Wait,
It's all right.
you ready for this? Two there should be. No more, no less. Right?
Yeah. I'm
See what
getting
I did there?
dizzy. It's like a
Sith
altimeter,
Lords.
like, what's it called? Hey!
So
Okay.
the good news, Freddy, is you've got the swing pick.
Not necessarily.
Sweet.
Let's see. Aww. So, Freddy, you get number 4. And,
By default.
Yeah. 4.
Well done.
Hey, I like third. Third's a good place in the second round, too. So this is strategic.
Second is great because nobody wants first pick. There's too much pressure. So how are
Yeah.
you feeling,
Getting-
Jared? What's
getting
your
third-
what's your goal?
I could
Rick
just coast
getting
through this
third-
thing and make a team.
Getting
Right.
third place, Rick,
Auto draft. That's what Freddy's
in the
on.
Sith Lords draft is like, it's pretty sad because their whole thing is like 2,
Yeah. That's fair.
and you got third. All right, Rocky in the chat says that last pick is best because you get 2 in a row. So
That's true.
from a certain point of view, see what I did there, Star Wars? From a certain point of view, Freddy won. I'm stalling for time while I think about what the theme of my team is going to be.
That's a good
I
idea.
know my
I should
team.
get a shot clock.
Oh, that's a good idea. So think about that, Emily. What's your thing? What you thinking?
Okay,
I'm thinking
so
ladies. I could do like all ladies.
I mean, that's a choice. You could definitely do that. I am choosing Conquer the Chaos. I'm going to stick with that. I kind of like it. It's like the Galactic Core is overrated. Like, I want the unknown space. Like, give me Outer Rim, Sith, like, ones that are focused on, like, being, like, in the shadows, conquering lesser-known worlds. I like that.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking you could even go era. You could get mostly like, I almost said Old Testament. I meant like old school, old Republic sort of time period. And most of them are anyway.
Or those
But
are,
not
like,
all.
history and, like, the, well, I mean, I don't want to give away my strategy. Because, like,
Yeah.
you know, you pick
What you
first.
leaning? Where are you leaning, Freddie? What you thinking?
You know, I keep thinking, like, if I were to be a Sith, what kind of Sith would I want to be?
Yeah.
And I'm going to definitely, I think, recruit based off of that. The kind of Sith that I'd hang out with, you know, we would just, you know, go wipe a whole race off of a planet just for fun or something. I don't know.
'Cause that's
We'll
an
see.
important thing to
We'll
you.
see. Yeah.
So genocide? That's yours?
Genocide.
That's yikes, man.
You know, it's like, hey guys, you want to just go wreck the planets tonight?
Oh my gosh! So it's Frida
we'll see.
Nad. Frida Nad would be probably your like number 1, right?
We'll see.
Okay.
Still trying to work this thing out. We'll see what you guys pick here, and I'm just gonna coast through this thing.
So here's the issue. The one that I want the most in terms of like I absolutely have one Sith out of all the rest of these that is most important to me that they are on my team. The issue there is I don't think any of the 3 of y'all are going to lead with that pick.
Hold on.
Therefore,
Are we?
I might can come back around and get it on the second round.
Oh, now I want to spoil it. Do you want to look at the?
Yeah, I'm ready to see the grid if you are. Let's show the listeners. We spent some time. I'm just hit my microphone. I'm so excited about this. We worked hard, and by that I mean like a good 15 minutes on this grid. All right, these are our choices.
That's
Ready to go through?
A lot of dark side.
You've got Darth Talon, Darth Crate, Naked Palps, Plagueis, Maul, one of the ones from Tales of the Jedi. Which one is that? Ludo Kresh? No, hold on. Frida Nad? Nope, that's not Frida Nad. It's Naga Sadow, right? Ulit Keldrama. Who's the next one there?
Darth Hannah.
Yeah. I want to see if Emily would say it. You got Lord Khan going back to the left side. This starts with a V. Nope.
Is that Tenebris?
Yep. Tenebris, Lumaya, Kaitis, Revan, Nihilus, Malak, Scion, Malgus. These are a lot of made-up words I'm saying right now.
Yep.
Treya, Vitiate, Starkiller, Dooku, Palpatine, Vader, and Nagasado. No, Frida Nad. I'm getting them confused. I'm Googling it.
It's a lot
right, we'll
of
figure it out.
fury and red and purple and lots of dark. So this is like a little bit difficult to tell visually, but you have the smooth, buttery sounds of our voices to guide you through this draft.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, I think I am ready for my first pick.
All right, hold on 1 second.
You working on a timer?
Rick, what was your goal?
It's undisclosed because I don't know yet because I'll see what's available.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, Rick, same plan.
Jared, are you ready?
Just go wing it.
On the clock, go.
Ready? Okay, you will notice that we have 2 Palpatines on here. I wanted to get like 2 of a bunch of these different characters. So like regular Maul and then Spider Legs Maul. But, it was really adding up to be way too many Sith Lords really quickly. But we did have to have Palps and Naked Palps because as far as I'm concerned, 2 different characters.
Yeah.
Because, Dark Empire Palpatine,
That's
he's
true.
like his whole vibe. Right.
Naked Palps
But I
is a
didn't
clone.
put the naked one. I put Naked Palps in the high cloak with the high collar. Because, NSFW and all that. My first pick out the draft is none other than... Let me ask it to you this way. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wives? I just said wives.
Yeah.
Darth Plagueis the Wives.
Darth Plagueis has 10 wives.
Yeah, Darth Plagueis, polygamist. One of the reasons why he was such a great Sith. All right, so...
All right, time's up. The first round pick goes to Emily.
Darth Plagueis.
No. The timer has expired. You missed
I
your
chose
draft
him already.
pick.
I said it.
See, Jared, let me tell you how fantasy works. Whenever you're drafting on the app, if you don't put your pick in time, you lose that pick.
Everybody heard me say Plagueis.
You did say Plagueis before the time was up. You did.
It was just a very roundabout way of saying it.
The timer was going, and I felt like I needed to get right down to the bottom, okay?
All right, fine.
that
Darth
was-
Plagueis, off the board. First pick.
Did you procrastinate a lot in college?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so is it
It's
my
a
turn?
thing.
Can I explain why?
Yes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if anybody wants to debate if that was the correct first pick of the draft or not, I feel like that now would be a good time to do so.
I can't.
I'm feeling like Darth Plagueis is great with the midichlorians. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I can't tell from these little thumbnails. Is this the Darth Plagueis picture you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can tell by
beautiful.
his big head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon.
Immune. You gotta slip that.
Immune.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You
Moon.
gotta swallow a little bit.
Darth
Okay.
Plagueis the Wise. I mean, the dude was a goat, except that he
was
didn't.
He was
Beautiful,
immune.
alright.
We just
Look at
covered
No,
that.
he wasn't a goat. He was immune. We've been over this.
So yeah, first pick. Now, I feel like Palpatine did him dirty, dying in his sleep or drunk or whatever he was.
Yeah.
I feel like he deserved better. There you go, first pick. What y'all think?
It's a good pick. Solid pick.
Good pick. I
It's
mean,
got the Techno Beast
got
thing,
money.
Got one of the best books ever written.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a good backstory.
I love that you said he's got money. What a great.
He's a banker, He's kind of got connections, friends in high places.
He possibly created Anakin. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, next pick. Who's up next?
Me.
That would be Emily.
Yes.
Let me get your timer ready.
You're probably not. gonna
and
make it.
go.
Also, Plague is pretty good for like choosing Palpatine. That's kind of a big one.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
He had
All right,
good
here you go.
judgment.
And you're on the clock.
Okay, well, it's definitely going to be Darth Vader, 100%. And I'll use the rest of my time to tell you why. Basically, he and Thrawn were like biffles, like way back in the day. And I feel like he would know more about the chaos than most of the others. Plus, I mean, you gotta love him. And he's my daughter's favorite character. So, like, I've got personal ties to Vader.
Nice.
Can't go
That
wrong.
is a solid pick. Solid.
Rebuttal. He destroys the Sith.
Chaos, man.
Of course,
Chaos.
Jared.
Rebuttal. He was always a Jedi the entire time.
Love it.
I mean,
Chaos.
Debatable.
okay.
Embrace it.
Here's the funny thing, Emily, was I was making the grid as I was downloading the images for all these characters. I got to the very bottom of my list and I was like, why am I coming up one short? Who'd I forget? Only the most notorious Sith of all time.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader was not on my list.
Yep.
All right.
Great. In Legends, let's highlight their Legends histories a little bit. Obviously, Plagueis, you've got one notable. Wow, it really froze on the worst possible image of my face. You got one basic, home with Plagueis. With Vader, though, what do you think is like the best Legends Vader story? Could be the Ghost Prison was good. We enjoyed
Ghost
that
Prison
one
was great. I
recently.
loved Ghost Prison. Especially because he just chucks the dude over the edge of Coruscant at the end. Like, what a
Spoiler alert! Oh, come on.
I mean, everybody here has read it. If you haven't, then
Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if we can count Revenge of the Sith as a Legends book. Rise of Darth Vader, Dark Lord. That one's good too.
So if I recall, one memory I have from, and I can't remember if it's that book, The Rise of Darth Vader. I think it is. It goes through how uncomfortable it is to be in that suit, and how he always is itching and he can't do anything about it, and it's he's trying to heal himself, and even going to the bathroom is a whole thing in itself.
It's very visceral, definitely very visceral. Good pick,
story.
Emily. It's despite the fact that he's pretty bad at being a Sith.
I think
it's a
I'm
good
just
pick
gonna
for the
really
draft.
rely on the fact that none of you know how to do fantasy teams, and your lack of enthusiasm for my choice is not reflective of the actual validity of my choices.
Hey, I'm not responding only because I'm desperately trying to figure out who I'm going to pick next. So that's
Emily
my
is
lack of
cutthroat
response.
at this game.
Yeah.
Cutthroat. All right.
I mean,
just like Vader.
I'm a little
He's more like
competitive.
squeeze throat than cutthroat, but
It's
you see what I
okay.
mean. All right. Rick, you are up next.
Alrighty.
Don't you give yourself a longer timer just because you're pressing the buttons over there.
2 minutes.
Got a lot of buttons to press. That's the thing. All right, here we go. I'm on the clock, and I'm going to pick somebody really cool who's has a name and a face and some skin.
Don't forget we're picking Sith Lords, not hockey players.
Oh, right. Yes. Number one pick. See, I need to read an article and listen to a podcast and get a spreadsheet before I do this. That's how I draft and
I gave you the list 3 days ago, Rick.
Oh man, I don't have time. All right. I'm gonna panic and oh boy, this is a big deal. This is round one.
Y'all are going to kill me. What are you going to pick?
All right. Let's see. I had a plan, but out of the plan. Oh man,
She wrecked your plan when she chose Vader, didn't she?
shoot. No, I had a plan, but now I'm switching it up, and I'm gonna go with Palpatine.
Ugliest Sith Lord.
Palpatine. Yep,
All right.
Which
Palpatine,
one?
That's a good one.
the OG Palpatine.
That's right, because you took Naked Pops,
Yes,
Jared.
Yes.
I mean,
No, I didn't.
you didn't?
I took Plagueis.
That's right.
You just projected onto me. Thank you.
I mean, was I wrong? He's probably going to be your number 2.
Where is
If Freddy doesn't
Palps?
get him.
Do we have a picture of Palps?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's the wrinkly
I feel
one.
like we're pretty familiar.
How do you want me to
there
describe
he is.
him?
There he is.
He's
Yeah.
got a hood.
There he
I
is.
could find him. Ew. Ha.
That is a headshot right there. Just glowing sallow skin.
Sallow. Wow, what a vocabulary word. All right, Rick, any reason why?
Yes. My reasoning is he is the baddest. He's the one who had it happen, right? He actually was in control of the galaxy for a short amount of time. He ruled the galaxy, at least the known galaxy. You're not counting the unknown regions or stuff like that. So he did it. He saw a vision. He followed it through. He killed a lot of people to make it happen. He had some really cool Force techniques. He was right under the noses of the Jedi. And
That's
he
true. That
had
was pretty
the
cool.
ability to just rub it in their face and then kill them all and manipulate and twist people. He's the Sithiest of the Sith.
The
So,
Sithiest Sith.
I feel like on sports talk shows they would say was it this team's win or that team's loss? I'm going to ask you, was Palpatine's victory over the Jedi really Palpatine's win or the Jedi's loss? Wasn't it kind of just they were blinded by their own arrogance and more than it was Palpatine being good at hiding himself?
I mean, I feel like
That's
he lived next to the Jedi Temple. I feel like that's pretty legit. How do you live in constant shadow, hiding in plain sight?
No, it's a great point, Emily. I just wanted to throw some shade on Rick's pick
yeah.
for a second here.
hey, thanks. He created a war for fun. It had purposes, but seriously, he was playing both sides. It was,
Yeah.
so So evil.
He created a war
That
for fun.
Yeah.
Just playing with them.
Yeah.
Chessboard. He would be good at Armada.
He would be. He would actually. You can play as him. Like he can be your commander. Which that's yeah okay. Sorry.
So I almost put 3 Palpatines in the draft.
And that's another thing. This is a unique character that is so important. Even he has 2 appearances in our draft. So come on.
I almost put Monkey Palpatine in our draft. Freddy, you know what I'm talking about?
We're talking
Monkey
about
Palpatine.
the original Palpatine, which was, I think, a monkey's face, or what was it? Monkey's eyes?
So, Emily, in the original cut of
No.
The Empire
So
Strikes
bad.
Back, before the special editions,
You're kidding.
Vader,
face.
he's got his helmet, and then he goes, and there's the big hologram of Palpatine. Vader gets on his knees, and he's like, "What is thy bidding, my master?" The big Palpatine face. Before Ian McDiarmid, they cast him for Return of the Jedi, and then they photoshopped his face back into the cut. The original Palpatine. I'm losing my voice. Help me out, Freddy.
Yeah, the original Palpatine was basically, if you search it, original Palpatine, you're going to see the most hideous looking
No.
face.
It
How
was
would
a
you
woman.
describe it, Emily?
With monkey eyes.
An original
Yes.
Palpatine. A woman with monkey eyes?
It was a
Oh.
woman, and then they put
Oh.
monkey eyes up in there. That was, so Monkey Palpatine almost made the list, but I had to cut some.
I mean,
Shout out to Monkey Palpatine. There's also Monkey Leia, but that's a different story. All right, Emily. No, Rick. Who is it? The other one. Freddy,
Freddy.
you have the 4th pick and the 5th pick.
Ready
Way
to
to go. You're up.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Darth Krayt.
oh.
I knew it!
You played it wrong, Jared.
way to lose that first round pick. How does that feel?
Let's see, wait, who was your first pick? Oh, or Plagueis. Okay, why were you trying to go for Krayt?
I love Darth Krayt.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Yeah, so Freddy, why did you pick him?
Well, first of all, his name is Darth Krayt, revered as Dragon of the Sith, and I'm trying to build a powerful group here, and I feel like I need Dragon of the Sith on my team, as well as Ashrad Het. We see he was born on Tatooine, almost the inverse of Luke, right? Went to the dark side, and pretty powerful man. I mean, he
survived the Purge?
He survived the Purge. If I'm not mistaken, did he destroy the new Republic or the new Jedi Order, or what was that story? It's been a while.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a guide about him on the site. You can read everything you want to know about him. He's an
pretty
amazing character.
fantastic.
But
he
rebuttal,
really got-
Freddy. He's beat by a Skywalker who doesn't want to be a Jedi and doesn't give a crap about any Jedi business and
See,
does
that's
drugs.
why though. Sometimes the people that just coast through life, they just, they're sitting there and boom, stabs one of the most powerful people in the world, or in the galaxy at the time. He ruled the galaxy with an iron fist.
I can't believe you chose the pick that I wanted the most, but I didn't go with for my first pick.
I mean, Ashrad Het,
That is hilarious,
Darth Krayt
actually.
is he's using that armor he's got there is pretty awesome. That's a plus. I've got
He
some
might
protection.
be the greatest EU villain.
Yeah.
I mean, the
In my
Dragon
opinion.
of the Sith? What? Like,
Yeah.
he's armored. Ready.
It was Cade, right? Cade that got. I mean, Cade is also kind of your bounty hunter with intense force sensitivity. So, Cade, I'd accept that. If anyone was going to kill me, I'd be down for Cade.
What a great quote, Freddie. What a great quote. All right, I think I ruined your 5th pick, so we can start the timer over for that one. I got overexcited and crushed. Honestly, destroyed. I might as well not draft anything else tonight.
All right, so this is round 2 officially. Freddie, who you got?
All right, round 2. I'm going to go with. This one's tough. I really want to take this person because I know a lot of people are going to, and I'm trying to build a team of intensity here. I'm going to go with Revan.
Dang it!
I
knew it!
Everybody wanted
you
that pick. Everybody wanted Revan.
I love
mean,
Revan.
yeah.
I mean, his, to live, let's see. It's been a long time since I've read his story, but to go from Jedi to Sith, and then to be in stasis. Was he in stasis for how long? I don't recall. It's been a long time. And then his wife saves him. And first of all, the story of him finding his mask. You know, we never truly see who Revan is, and he's in this Mandalorian battle, looks down, picks it up, puts it on.
That's
he
a
really
great
becomes
moment.
a different
Yeah.
person at that point. The Revanists. But I definitely think having Revan on the team with Darth Krayt, you know, the problem with all of this is that they're all Sith. They're all gonna want to topple each other. So let's keep an imaginary barrier. You've got Krayt and Revan. That's a pretty powerful team already.
Counterpoint: Revan is a better Jedi than he is a Sith.
Agreed.
We're not doing a wimpy Jedi.
Yeah, why not
draft right
Bane?
here. Well, see, I thought about that. I thought about Bane. He's definitely on the list, but there's others I'd like on my team.
Wait, Rick, do we have a Bane picture? We don't, do we?
I thought we did.
He's supposed to be in the draft. He's
Also,
on my list.
I'm going for guys with masks right now.
Well, that was why. Okay,
Just right now.
you took my whole theme. It's all gone now.
I thought your theme was chaos.
See, that's me
Yes,
coming in at number
a
4.
wild card. You know, Vader, Jedi, Sith. I don't know. Like Revan, Jedi, Sith. I don't know. You don't know what they're gonna do.
That's good. That's
I
Chaotic.
took 2 picks. Number 4,
good. All right,
dangerous.
it's going to
Good.
get out of
down here.
hand. You're up next.
It's
Emily.
dangerous at the bottom.
No. It's my turn.
Yeah,
My turn.
it's Rick next.
Okay,
Thank goodness. I
Great.
need more time.
Fine. Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. So, Bane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you've got Palps and Bane? Ooh.
Palps and Bane. Take that. Literally the guy who made the rule of 2. How about that?
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty cool.
Seriously, I'm winning this draft right now, okay? Just gonna put it out there. So, do we have a picture of Bane? I don't think we do we?
How about this? No, I forgot to upload one because we've already got 100 on the site, and I thought, I'll just copy it over from one folder into another. And I didn't. So,
It's all
yeah.
good.
How about this, Rick? Bane defeats more Sith than any Sith ever did.
Ooh, yes,
Therefore, is the
yes.
worst Sith.
Oh, no, he's the best Sith. The most
best.
powerful. He had the clearest vision among the Sith of his time. The only
Okay.
one with true vision.
But I do have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you choosing Bane with obelisks or without?
Without.
With the bugs or without the bugs?
I'm sorry, I asked Rick.
Do you want Naked Bane or Beetle Bane?
Beetle Bane!
Beetle Bane.
I
Beetle
love
Bane.
that.
Beetle Bane.
I'm like afraid to say Beetle Bane 3 times, out loud or something. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. I don't know. I guess I'll go with Beetle Bane. Beetle Bane's cool.
Yeah.
Virtually indestructible.
He has a
Hot
mask.
dog Boba
Beetle
Fett.
Bane has a mask.
Beetle Bane.
That's
He's
true.
got a helmet.
That's true.
All right,
All right.
good pick, Rick.
Emily.
Honestly, your 2 picks are looking really solid for sure.
Yes. I know, but thank you. All right,
Okay.
Emily. Round 2, pick 3.
Don't
Go.
forget, you've got to pick a film character. Emily
I
has.
did.
Go ahead. Yep, move along.
So,
Cool.
y'all are really, you're really throwing a wrench in my strategy over here. So you took Bane and you took Revan. So who is even left? So I'm going to go with Darth. I think you'll know what I'm going to say. Any guesses?
Hannah.
Dang it. Yep. Darth Xana. Thank you very much. I feel like y'all are just they put Hannah in the notes because I made that mistake once. Yes, I'm going with Xana. And yeah, I feel like I need a sorceress, somebody kind of twist minds because I think her Sith sorcery is the coolest. And yeah, I feel like you can
She
go
got the
out with
dreads.
that. It is curly blonde hair, but it looks like dreads.
Mm-hmm.
I almost put the original Bane cover, the original Rule of 2, Xana, in the images, but you got the cool one instead of the one that looks like it was designed in the PlayStation 1. Good pick. Definitely, debatable that she could even be better than Bane. We don't know for sure. Kind of. It's open-ended, right?
Honestly,
it's a little bit open-ended. It's less open-ended than I remember it, but it's a little bit.
I think
that's fair.
Yeah. I like that pick. Good job. That was going to be one of my picks. So
I need to make a wish list because you guys keep taking my stuff.
I know. I need to start making notes over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, good picks. All right. It is now my turn, and I'm looking at the list, and I'm feeling a little bit like, y'all got some really good ones, and now I've got to. Hey, all these are fun, but now I'm thinking the most powerful Sith that's left, in my opinion, isn't one that I necessarily like a lot or have a strong, visceral, emotional attachment to. But then I've got the ones that I do have a strong emotional attachment to that are not necessarily the greatest Sith, but I also want to stick to my theme. But the theme can be flexible. Why not change it up a little bit? I chose Plagueis. Oh, aha. Now I remember my original theme, which leads me back to my next pick, which is Naked Palps.
I mean,
Dark
Nice.
Empire.
who's surprised?
Dark Empire Palpatine. He came back from the dead. I mean, the Sith's whole thing is defeating death and prolonging life, and he did it with a ship full of slimy, pickled corpses, and they have smooth parts, and also Dracula capes, and this is one of them, and so are you. So
let's all pick our
this is
Sith.
Palpatine. That's right. So that's my next pick. Rick, you are now up. We're going to have to go a little bit quicker through rounds 3
No.
through 6.
It's your turn
It's
again,
me.
isn't it?
What?
Wait.
I have a swing pick.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay. Wasn't prepared for this. Malik is my next because Malik also has a vat full of clones aboard the Starforge. Also, cool mask, Malik.
So you're going for
Hey.
quantity over quality. Just clones. Clones on clones
Quantity
on
over
clones.
quality. Malik has a very strong design, and he defeated Revan the first time
Okay.
and ruled the galaxy. And also the Starforge, he was on that, and he stole Revan's girl. Boom, mic
did.
drop. Yeah,
We saw
both
him.
in the video game and in person. That's right.
We saw him steal his girl completely in front of us, and we were shocked.
It was one of the greatest moments of my entire life, Freddy.
It was.
we were waiting in line to meet the Boba's Fett, Daniel Logan, and the other one, Tamira Morrison. And while we were waiting in line, there was a cosplayer of Revan looking sad, very worn out from the day, his mask off. A few people behind him is a very buff, ripped, very with it. I mean, this guy was legit. We had a great chat with him. I loved him. Malik cosplayer and his wife or partner dressed as Bastila. Malik got his arm over Bastila. Revan is like a teenage boy, a few people up, just kind of
Tired.
with his dad. Yeah. It was legendary. Okay, Malik is my next pick. Very much did the good pickled vat cloning technique very well. That's the way I beat Malik when I play the game. Is I run from him with reckless abandon as fast as possible, and you slash the cloning tanks, and then you lob grenades over your shoulder at Malik. Never actually cross blades with Malik. That's the key, because if you do, he will destroy you.
Good to know.
Also, his mask is not very COVID-proof. The nose is just hanging out there for everybody. Who we got next?
Emily is up.
All right. So for my next pick, I have the father. I'm going for the son. Yes.
So good.
Except I don't think he's actually a clone, but the Scooby-Doo Luke from
Yes.
from Dark Empire.
Oh.
I
Nice.
mean,
was so
if
good.
there was like angst personified, it has to be Scooby-Doo Luke. And like the fact that Palps wanted him so badly and like just so quickly gave over a lot of trust. I mean, the power, the raw power, Leia knew it. They all knew it. I'm going for the father-son duo. Let chaos reign.
Ooh,
That is
okay.
very strong, Emily.
Do
I
you-
am I'm like over here like grinning ear to ear.
Is there a picture
I am
of him?
so no, there's not.
Okay.
I'm so impressed with you
For choosing
Emily.
a comic character.
for choosing a character from Dark Empire, Scooby-Doo Luke. I thought for sure I was gonna have to pick that one.
Hmm.
Like a last pick or like,
Somewhere along the line.
nope.
Very good.
Third
I'm
pick.
impressed. Also, hyperspace wormholes. They're good at that one. He does that whole force projection technique where Leia thinks that he left with her, and then he was like, "Yeah, sorry, I'm for real
what's
back
up
over
Luke
there with
just
Palpatine."
doing that? Like he's the only one that does that. He's like, I'm here. No, I'm not. Like,
Wow.
I've secretly been in this other place the entire time.
This is one of the greatest comments in the history of Legends Look Back.
What?
In the chat, Skooma Joe says, "Legend." I can't even say it.
Legend has it that Luke still has the black collar in his closet, but Mara won't let him wear it.
It's so real. I've got a shirt like that I bought when I was on my international program. It's a purple and orange long sleeve button up, and my wife has never once let me wear it. We've been married 10 years. That's right. Very good. Very good. Round of applause. Congratulations. Skumadro wins the draft tonight. Game's over. All right.
Yeah.
That was Emily's pick. Frick is up next. I just called you Frick.
Again.
Sorry.
I've called him Frick before too.
Y'all
I mean,
are my
it's such a great
best
nickname.
friends. Yeah.
Yep.
What's your name?
Here we go. All right. So this is.
Don't
round
forget, you have to pick a film
3.
character.
I have
Who?
Palpatine.
Palpy.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, I haven't. Okay, great.
You're the only one. No,
there's-
you and Freddy. I've picked mine.
Don't leave me with Dooku, Freddy. Don't do it, man.
all right. So I've picked. Who have I picked? I picked Palpatine, and I've picked Bane. Okay. So I've got my film character. I've got my book character. So I'm going to go with my comic character now. And Team No Grace is proud to draft to the team Sith Lord
8, 7.
Freedon Nad.
Way to go. You said his name like you definitely know who he is.
Definitely know who he is.
Your
Didn't
team
have to
definitely
look it
has
up
a
on the
NAD
look.
now.
Yep.
No shame in that.
Can we just
There's
say,
a
like,
lot.
I feel like Siths have the worst names. They're the hardest to pronounce.
Yeah,
What's
they
weird
are.
about
true.
the name Frida and Nad?
Yep.
Oh.
So, do you guys want to know my theme?
Yes.
Sure.
Hold on, I gotta
If
find.
only if you want me to spoil it.
You're not gonna have a chance because I get it's Freddy who can spoil it, but so this is him, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's the spirit of Frida and Nad who haunts
right.
Ulik and Exar Kun.
Okay. So he was a
Across Drury
human.
Lane.
He was a human, right?
Yes.
This is the most Sith
He was
thing I can
Trained
do.
on Yavin 4, right?
But my theme for my team is angry white dudes. So there you have it.
Can't pick Darth Talon.
Yeah.
Angry white dudes. That's phenomenal. Oh my goodness. Now I know you can't pick Lumaya or the bird girl Vergier.
Yep.
All right. So I know who some safe picks are now.
Yep.
Shouldn't have showed your hand.
I know. I just wanted to keep the show exciting. So, Freddy, you better not ruin it for me.
Oh, well. Let's see here. So, I go after this one, right?
Yes, you have 2 picks in a
Okay.
row.
Good.
Don't do it, Freddy. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm picking. Let's see here. I've got.
Don't do it.
I've got Darth Crate, which I stole from Jared, Maybe that should be the Sithy thing. I just steal things from all of you.
That would be the most Sith thing to do.
And you know what? I'm going to steal another one from Jared. I'm going to pick Darth Maul.
I got the worst.
But you know what? I wanted to pick Darth Maul at the very beginning. And
yeah, I almost did.
because I'm going for like brute force kind of really, really martial talent. But also, I've got Darth Krayt who I feel like can control the situation a bit. Because Maul, he's like a ball of energy. Maul's the kind of guy you send to a prison to basically assassinate every single person in that prison.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like I need a Maul on my team.
Even
there
Wampas.
You go.
Doesn't he kill a Wampa?
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah. That would be very
And
on
Revan,
brand.
we all know Revan is incredibly talented in, every martial art.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, and I like, part of the things that I like about the team so far. It's like, I guess a lot of force and will. Like Revan is he's very strong-willed when he's on a path, whether it's light or dark. Maul is not somebody you can torture and break. I mean, you can cut his legs off and he's gonna roam a planet. He's gonna come back and he's gonna rule a gang. Very, very tough to get rid of. Kind of like a fly. Just pesky, annoying, assassinating everything. And of course, Darth Krayt.
Or a cat.
Yeah, or cat. Darth Krayt, he was, Dragon, what was it? Sith, it's Dragon of the Sith. Incredibly talented. Yeah. Fighter, strategist, etc. So, yeah. That's what I'm going for right now, I guess.
Maul would have fit my theme too, man. Dooku don't fit my theme. Dooku get his head chopped off.
Try to make him fit your theme.
Hey, Dooku was my alternate for my angry white Sith dudes.
Oh.
So,
I'll trade you Dooku for literally anyone else. Arthritis.
I'm
Are
not
they
Darth
both trades?
Arthritis.
I'm not gonna trade Palpatine for Dooku.
No, I'll trade Dooku for your last pick. Let's see. We'll wait. I don't know. I made the rules. There's like literally 2 rules, and one of them is you have to have a film character.
And I have a film character. Oh yeah.
No,
okay,
but if
yeah.
I trade him, then I wouldn't, and I would break one of my literal only 2 rules, which is a very Sith thing to do. They make that rule of 2, and then they break it all the time. They
All
break
the
that rule
time.
of 2. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
deal.
thank you for getting
Useless
Maul
rule.
off the screen. He was staring laser beams into my soul.
Yes.
I was legitimately petrified. Okay, Rick.
Nope, Freddy.
Freddie, you get another one.
Okay, so
Lightning round.
I have not picked a book's character at all yet, but I really feel like I want to pump my Sith team up with some legacy blood, if you will.
Uh-oh.
You know where I'm going with this one, Jared?
No.
Going with the
Wait,
previous
maybe.
solo Darth Cadus, I guess.
Cadus.
Yeah, Darth Cadus.
I would say Kaitis.
Tidus.
Cadus.
Saidus, whatever works. Haven't heard it in an audiobook
potato.
yet, so
Yeah.
it's not official until I hear Mark Thompson say it.
Those were his first books, his first audiobooks.
Yeah, I haven't heard him yet. I'm excited to, but
They're
I
abridged,
do
but
like
not
his story.
terribly abridged. A little bit.
Yeah. So I feel like getting some like Skywalker bloodline in the mix would help me
It
with
helps.
the luck factor,
No, Rick, not that one.
Oh no. This one, right?
There we go.
There you go.
Yep.
That's right.
And who had Vader?
I did.
I'm pretty sure Jason had the same traits as Vader, so he might find a weakness.
Counterpoint. Kaitis is a punk.
He is.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
a punk. Who else
That's
did you
the whole
want?
point.
All right, you know what? You're gonna get there. Sorry.
Okay.
Am I
Who's
done?
up next?
Am I done with my team?
You're done. You got your team.
There you go.
Oh, we're down to last picks.
This is it.
All right. This is it. Last
All right.
choice.
I feel good. I feel real good. I don't know much about my next pick, but I feel good. So for round 4, pick 2, I'm going to pick a video game character because I have to, right? We have to, right? All 4 categories?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
I'm stuck with Dooku.
I'm going to go to a game I've not played, to be honest with you. And it's going to be from Knights of the Old Republic to the Sith Lords. It's going to be the Lord of Pain himself.
Dang it.
Darth Sion.
That's who I wanted next.
Because
oh my goodness.
I was looking through who was left, and this guy looks like the angriest, oldest white dude I could find. And so he made the team.
Literally white from like
old.
decay. Like it is.
Yeah.
There is.
On the audio podcast, Darth Sion is akin to a dry desert floor that hasn't seen rain in about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's
AKA
like
my
mummy,
hands when I
but,
lived
like,
in New England.
white.
I love on... I'm on Wikipedia. I'm on another site right now, but apparently his hobbies are hunting Jedi and inflicting pain on others.
Ooh.
So,
Man.
yeah. He definitely is part of the team. Part of the team. So I have got 4 old crusty white dudes.
And he waves his newspaper at
Yeah.
kids when they cross.
I hope you feel good about that.
I really don't.
All right.
I really don't. I'm gonna need a shower next, but you know, at least I'm consistent.
I was playing KOTOR 2 on the Switch when it released earlier this year, and I'm now waiting on the added additional restored content.
Ooh,
Should
yeah.
be pretty soon. And Sion is one of the scariest dudes who has ever happened in the entire Star Wars universe. When he shows up on the Harbinger or at the Telos mining station, it is so friggin' scary. He is terrifying.
I really need to play that game.
It's great. It is great.
Nihilus and Sion were both on the council together. Is that
Kind of like a 1-2 punch. Yeah.
Yeah, and Nihilus was, I think he was like the Lord of Hunger or something like that. Crazy.
That's how I'm starting to feel this time of night. All right. Emily, you've got your last pick.
I know.
Y'all are all beating me, I feel like.
We are.
I've made this game, and I'm not happy with how I'm doing.
Because you've never been on fantasy before. Like, you don't know how it works.
Freddy's not done fantasy, and he stole my picks. All right.
Number
As
4,
my
I told you,
time
he's
has
going to cruise
started.
through it.
Okay, see, this is the point in the draft when you really have to start examining team dynamics, right? So I have my video game character left, and I was just, browsing, and I was like, oh, Darth Starkiller sounds great. Only problem is, who kills Darth Starkiller?
It's just Starkiller.
I don't think he
Okay,
even gets
Starkiller.
the Darth name, right?
Yeah, he doesn't, but...
All right, well, Vader kills
like
him,
a
and he's
code
on my
name, of course,
team, so, I can't draft that dude.
True.
But he's
Yeah.
powerful.
Well, it depends on...
He's powerful.
It depends on how you play the game. You can beat Vader.
No. See, I think I need something that can just... I need somebody who can just, control the environment, right? Because I've got mind, I've got lightsabers, I need environment. I'm going with Nihilus.
Ooh, I love Nihilus.
Nihilus is a great pick.
Yeah.
Literally
Ooh, that was
kills entire planets
Yeah.
when
I wanted
conquering the
Nihilus.
Outer Rim. Yeah?
I wanted
Well, I got
Nihilus,
him.
but I had Revan because I knew you wanted Revan.
I know, you suck. Can't believe
Nihilus-
it.
We could
This
trade
is gonna be my
these.
next pick, right? I would trade for sure.
Yeah, we'll
person.
trade. We'll trade for. I'll get Nihilus. You get Revan, and then Jared can get Palps and.
Nope.
He's stuck with Dooku though. Nobody wants Dooku.
Oh, bless his heart. Am I right? Here's the thing about Nihilus. Person behind me at the tattoo pavilion was getting a Nihilus tattoo.
No way.
Yeah, and as soon as they started, I said, after they'd already started getting it inked on them, I said, hot take, Nihilus sucks. It's like, worst Sith Lord ever. And while this person's getting it inked onto their body. Worst Sith Lord ever. I said, I've always felt like Nihilus was a little overrated, don't you think? And she was like, no. She gets it tattooed on her. Yeah, she's like, the whole thing is like nihilism,
Nihil, yeah.
Right. It's like, there is no point, life is meaningless, sort of.
I am hungry.
Also, in the game, Nihilists don't say nothing. No personality. It's just like this
Mysterious.
void of darkness, and it's
mean,
a great
that's
character
terrifying.
design, but there's no depth of dimension. It's just black hole of a person.
Yes, and that's who you draft at the end You got your star players, and now you're like, okay, who's left? Who can fill the gaps, as it were?
I like Nihilus. Good choice.
Thank you.
I will say, out of the remaining video game characters, a pretty good one.
Thank you.
Good one to
Thank
choose.
you.
I was thinking about Vitiate, like the
yeah.
Old Republic Emperor, for being, the one who can like maintain eternal life. That's what I was shooting for. Was like the characters who cheat death, which would have made Maul a great pick. Freddy or Scion, who literally is like come back from the dead and is this walking corpse. But instead, I'm stuck with Dooku. Dooku's my last pick. I have Dooku.
Can you explain why Dooku's
and he's
on
now
your team?
Sith Lightning me because I'm not happy with picking him on my team. Sparkle fingers.
I feel like this is the sign for Dooku. It's just little hey,
Spirit fingers.
So how does Dooku work in your team?
Yeah, what does he add? What dynamic?
What's the
He
dynamic?
doesn't. He gets his head chopped off.
Do it immediately.
He's a Sith Lord for what, 2 years?
You can use him as a pawn then. You know his head's gonna get chopped off, so use him as a setup.
I feel like y'all really shafted me with Dooku.
Well, you were going for quantity over quality, right? So, like, Dooku has a whole bunch of, like, assassins that aren't, like,
there's two pieces to him.
technically Sith.
His
They're
head
like,
and his body.
That's right.
Hey, same with Maul.
I would like Dooku's fingers. I choose Dooku's fingers. His arthritic fingers.
for their
Dooku
lightning qualities.
is actually well fleshed out in a book soon to be released. Here we go, salvaging him. Soon to be released as part of the Essential Legends collection. Yoda Dark Rendezvous is a very good Dooku story. So it really adds depth of dimension in the Legends universe for Sparkle Fingers himself, Count Dooku.
Fingers.
That's right. Also, the curved lightsaber is really, really dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's elegant.
So the thing about Dooku, which let's be honest, let's go into the real universe for a sec and talk about Christopher Lee. Like he was an incredible human, right? He, I don't even know his entire story, but every time you read like a Wikipedia entry, you're like, this guy lived through all this. He did all
A
this.
legend, for sure. Absolutely a
Absolute
legend.
And he's, maybe he killed some Nazi general, and it's a crazy story. And then he's just there smoking his like cigar, hanging out in the gentleman's club that they have in England with, I forget who. I heard a story.
I don't know all those details, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Very cool.
All right, so can everybody go around and like say their full team?
Okay.
I don't know. Can
Yes. I have Plagueis, Naked Palps, a third one, and also Dooku. My third one was Malik. That's right. Yeah. Malik and his nose, and Dooku and his head. And that's my team. Hi, so happy with that team.
You started out strong.
You had a great idea.
Really went downhill.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get your real number one pick.
Or my number 2,
or
my number 3, or my number 4. So here we
I feel
are.
like your mistake was in like you drafted your film character too late in the game.
Yes.
And you didn't go for the one you really wanted to.
I can see that now in hindsight.
You strategize by the pool, right? Like whatever has the smallest pool, you pick first, and so
my pool is infested with mosquitoes because my pump is broken.
Oh, cool.
And so is your draft picks. Okay.
Throw some catfish in. I'll take it. Take
Emily,
care of that
you're
right
up
up.
next.
Emily, yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
I forgot.
So my final team is Vader, Xana, Scooby-Doo Luke, and Nihilus. So I got that father-son combo with Vader and Scooby-Doo Luke, and then I've got a sorceress and an annihilator, and I feel like that's a pretty good mashup.
Yeah, but what's the theme?
Job.
What's the theme?
The theme is
Tactical genius.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going for like more of like a
Chaos.
Like
it's very
yeah,
chaotic.
it's chaotic. Yeah,
It's a very chaotic team.
Vader's my quarterback, and then
Classic
his
chaos.
wide receiver, Scooby-Doo Luke for sure.
Dad,
And
I don't
then
want to
we've
catch
got-
the ball.
Nihilus is my defense, just sucking life out of planets right and left. And then we got Xana just like twisting minds, so like nobody knows what's
Ooh.
up. Great defense.
That is true. Good defense for sure.
special
good.
teams.
Am I up?
Cool. Go
I
ahead,
think
Rick.
so.
Yes.
All right, my final team. I'll go from video games, Darth Scion, then in books, this little guy named Darth Bane, and comics, Freedon Nad, way to go, and film characters, the Emperor himself, Darth Palpatine. Well, not Darth Palpatine. What's his name? Darth Sidious.
Darth
Palpatine.
Palpatine. Do you even know Star Wars, Rick?
The
I said it and
third.
immediately was like, no, that's not right. Darth Sidious. Palpatine.
Darth Palpy.
All right, that's
There's
all I got.
so
I'm
many
going to stop
renditions.
Darth Naked.
Yeah, well, hey, I've got a theme. I'm consistent. I got a bunch of angry white dudes, and I'm not happy about
too.
it because I'm really uncomfortable even saying that as much as I have tonight.
You really
But-
committed to your theme.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
That's
Thank
very
At first, I
clear.
wanted people who wore masks, and then y'all messed that one up. And then I wanted unlimited, like the midichlorians, eternal life, and you messed that one up. So
Yeah.
that's my team. That's
We,
what I've got.
we
All right.
can pretend that Dooku has like a mask collection that he wears when he's in his castle by himself. You know?
Who knows what he's got stored away in that castle?
Yeah.
Probably has like medieval
Makes
helmets.
me happy.
And Freddy, your team.
All right, so we've got Maul, Darth Maul,
Who?
Darth Crate, Maul and Crate, and let's see, we've got from
Monosyllabic team.
the Darth Cadus, or how do you say it, Jared?
Kaitis.
Kaitus. There's that, and then of course Revan. Believe they're all pretty strong. You've got Darth Crate, who in my
a good
opinion is kind of the I would say a good strategist. He's been around for a while. He's pretty powerful himself, so he's not afraid to fight if he needs to. Maul, who is just a pure energy of dark side rage and power. Number one assassin. If you need any generals hit, weak points found, Maul can do it. Revan, and what I'm going to say about Revan, and he's going to be like your ultimate right hand man. Anything that needs to be done, you can always. I would trust Revan to get it done efficiently. And then let's see, who did I have? Did I get everybody? Darth Cadus. He's just a punk that needs to be. He's got some pretty powerful people above him, and he has potential himself, but he's a punk still. So he'll figure it out. He's got solo.
That's
he's
a
got
strong team.
The Skywalker blood.
That might be my favorite of our four.
Honestly, it was too, because that was like 2 of my 4 picks you stole. So that was fun.
Freddy his team is called Team Steal Your Girl.
Team Steal Your Jedi Sith.
That's right. Very good. Very good. All right, so here's some of the characters that didn't make the cut, though we thought about considering for the draft. Some great Legends Sith who at least deserve a brief shout out. Let's go around the horn here and each take a turn with one of these. Ready? Junta Paul. He was in the Knights of the Old Republic comic. He was also one of the very first Sith Lords ever. So shout out to Junta Paul.
Yeah, next we've got Tulak Horde, who was also in KOTOR, I believe. Anything
It's
interesting
one of those tombs you go hunt in. It's got the calf hounds hanging out inside.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds right. Emily?
Marka Ragnos?
Yeah, Marco Ragnos.
Yeah,
didn't
from
quite
Tales
make
of
the
the
cut.
Jedi and KOTOR as well.
Yeah.
Rick.
Darth and Dedu.
Darth. All right, this one I'm glad that it came back around to me. One that didn't quite make the cut, though I almost put on the list. I've always called him Darth Brandon,
Yes.
That's what I saw.
but
That's
It's
why I was
looking
just
like
snickering,
his-
like Darth Brandon.
it's looking like his name is Darth Bandon. And I described him in the notes as Malik's punk apprentice. And he is exactly that. He's like not quite on the same level as, the 2 of the most enduring Sith Lords of all time, Malik and Revan. And then way down the list is Darth Bandon.
He's definitely
Not
a
quite as
Brandon.
good.
Definitely a Brandon.
Very much a Brandon. Shout out to all of our Brandon listeners. We love you.
Interesting.
Freddie?
Yeah, I actually don't know these 2. Is it
Uh-oh,
Onion?
this was autocorrect.
Onion. Damon? I was like, what is this, man?
Onion and Damon.
Darth ketchup and pickles.
Darth Onion and
Is it Orion?
It's like
Orion.
VeggieTales
Orion.
Sith
I was
edition.
like, what is Onion? Who's Darth Onion? Why didn't we put them on our team?
You like to talk to the dark side.
All right, I'm looking up the knight.
Oh, where?
The knight errant Sith. There's
Here's
these
my
two.
lightsaber.
There's like these 4 Sith in knight errant, and then like the 2 brothers are pretty interesting.
Onion.
Damien and who's the other one? Odeon. It's not. Yeah, Odeon sounds right. I'm looking it up.
Definitely not Onion.
Definitely
Not Onion. Darth
It is.
Onion
It's
is not a
Odeon.
thing.
I think it's Odeon.
Yeah, it sounds right to me.
His younger brother is Damon. Damon.
Yeah, there we go. Odeon. Thank you, autocorrect. Sorry about that, Freddie.
You're
Emily,
really
you're
taking a
Darth
risk.
Onion. But I want
All
to
right.
get to know this one a little bit more.
Man.
He kind of looks like an onion. He's bald.
Well, he's now Darth Onion, so there's that.
I bet John Jackson Miller was like, I'm going to make this guy look like an onion, but then change his name just a little.
Imagine the
tend to do that.
autocorrect in his Word document
Oh my
when he was
gosh.
writing that manuscript.
That's funny.
Onion.
All right. The next pick that didn't quite make it, from Path of Destruction, we've got Cordis, Kopej, and Kasim.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a nice little bullying bunch.
Yeah.
Didn't quite make it, but, you know, you can't
Great
all
characters,
be
nonetheless. That's right.
top picks.
Yep. From that same trilogy, next up is Darth Cognis. Didn't make the cut.
You know, I like Cognis. I feel like in the story, you really see how evil and dark a Sith is by just toying around with like things that you know hurt them for fun. You know, that was pretty terrifying.
It's just not in the story a whole lot. Just kind of like tacked
No.
on at the end. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to fill in the gaps. I wonder if she's in any like ancillary material, reference guides or anything. I ought to look it up. From the Legacy comics, there's literally dozens of Sith Lords that didn't quite make the cut. Most notably of them being Darth Weirlock, who looks like, what's the species that looks like a Twi'lek but has the horns?
Oh,
Togruta.
Yeah, Togruta.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
Ahsoka.
he's red. He's the red Togruta
Yeah.
with big horns, and is hanging out with Darth Krayt and up to no good. Who else?
Yeah, next on the list we have Scourge, who is actually, I want to say, maybe one of the only pure-blood Sith on here. Is that true?
Yeah, on the list at
Yeah.
least.
I think so, yeah. So Scourge is, he's in SWTOR, of course, and I want to say he's like the personal enforcer for the Emperor at the time, at least from what I remember. Pretty powerful dude. You know, pure-blood Sith, I don't even know. Do you know when the pure-blood were decimated? Because, you know, being a pure-blood Sith was a very important thing for them.
Not off the
Everybody
top
else
of my
was kind
head,
secondary.
Definitely an Old Republic thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's also, you know, in the Revan book, but it's fun. I played the SWTOR game last year, and he's like a companion you can have on your team. So
Oh, yeah?
you can carry him around with you, and then if you make any light side choices whatsoever, he's standing in the background with his arms crossed, and then the text says, Lord Scourge disapproves. Which is very fun.
You put him in your pocket, hang out with Scourge?
And lastly, Vectivus, who is, what is he, like Plagueis' secret apprentice, the Biff, who then Plagueis has to go and find and kick his
Bites
butt.
the dust.
Yeah. And here, I almost forgot about our big surprise. There's one last Sith Lord that we did not put in the draft, though definitely would have been first pick of the draft had we. And it was just so clearly the first pick of the draft if he had been in the draft. Therefore, we had to reserve him for last place, just as an honorary mention. And that is none other than. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Sound like a happy cat, Emily.
I don't know. This is why I don't make sound effects, y'all. I'll
Darth
leave it to
Tumnus.
Freddy.
Darth
Oh.
Tumnus is
The one
number
to
one pick of the
conquer all.
draft honorarily in all of our hearts.
Tum,
Yep.
tum, 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 tum.
So let us know, everybody in the chat, who in the YOUTINI, what are those called? YouTube comments and the Legends Look by Discord channel. Let us know on Twitter, all those good places, who you think has the best team out of the four of us. I definitely know it's not me, but somebody's got to give me throw me a bone, right? But at least give me one vote, please. One vote,
Okay,
please.
hold on. Before we go, here's my last Legends team. Hot Dog Boba Fett, Beetle Bane, Naked Palps. Who are we missing?
Pickled Snoke.
Pickled Snoke.
Oh my gosh.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Best team
so
ever.
Good. Very good. This is fun. I like the draft. Now I know why Eric likes them so much. Shout out to our buddy Eric over on the Living Forest for loving doing these drafts, and to also all the fantasy sports people out there. Way to go, mixing some dragons and magic into your sports. Just breaking the mold. Congratulations.
I get it.
Jared,
Dragons.
you
It's fantasy.
scheduled this. This was your choice.
It was a listener.
You're
Somebody asked
complaining.
for it.
You're just pouting because you got Dooku, and that's unfair. It's unfair to the rest of us.
The worst. Yeah.
Would you guys like some random ASMR Chick-fil-A drinking?
Yes.
And that does it for this week's episode of Legends Look Back.
was
Huge
nice.
shout out to our buddies over at the Star Wars Archives there on Patreon. Trevor and Jose are about to celebrate their 50th episode. Do want to give everybody a quick plug for what is coming down the pipe over there. Just over a week from now, we have 2 Sundays away on September 25th. They are releasing their 50th episode. Very excited. And I will say, episode 49 is their sand episode. Joxy's been asking for it for months, if not years, and finally they did it. They did a podcast episode all about sand in Star Wars, and it does not disappoint. It's basically an entire episode of Trevor becoming unhinged, and it is totally worth your time. So even the smallest of Patreon dollars get you access to those episodes, and so definitely want to plug those over there. In the meantime, if you want to follow along with what we are reading, we've got an episode coming up in a couple of weeks. The next roundtable for Legends Look Back will be Darth Maul Shadowhunter. And, oh my goodness, am I excited to talk about it. I've got like 10 pages of notes. And then I stored them in a Jedi Holocron, and then a Nemoidian ran away with it, and I've got to go find them in the underlevels of Coruscant. It's a whole thing. But in the meantime, you can go pick up your own copy of Darth Maul Shadowhunter by Michael Reeves. Check out the audiobook read by Sam Witwer. It'll be totally worth your time. That does it for this week. Thank you for joining us for Legends Look Back. Thank you to our incredible patrons for your support. We love making the show and are glad you're along for the ride. Special thank you to our Jedi High Council, Brian Dooley, Earl Q, Patrick Ortiz, and Carl Sander. Help me out, Freddy. I'm losing my voice.
All right. And our Alliance High Command, Ashley Ingalls, Elizabeth Cloutier, and Sally and Chris Eilerson.
Somebody give me one of those Plagueis breath masks.
Not sure if we finished the first one, but to say it again, a special
yeah, I
thank
did.
you. Okay, cool. We're good there.
Yeah, that's right. Remember to sub to the channel, leave us a review in your podcast platform of choice, and if you'd like your thoughts around the show, you can find our contact information in the description below. We are also on Twitter at Legends Look Back, and if you're looking to buy some of these books, such as the great books we talked about in this episode, featuring all these bad boys, the Sith Lords, you can go on over to youtini.com, look up your book on Youtini, click the Amazon link in the profile, and after you've done so, read the book, loved it, hated it, whatever, leave us a review and let us know what you think. And remember to keep the Youtini fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. May the force be with you.
This is a Youtini broadcast.